Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to yet another session of Living World of Darkness, New York by Night. Uh, Once again, we're back with Limey. He's walking around one of the. Harlem is a relatively rough part of town, but he's walking through one of the less reputable ends. It's central Harlem. There's like a thin, kind of humid haze in the air, and the street lamps are casting like an orange glow. Mixed with the neon, it's a relatively I'd say a rather dingy scene. It's but he strolls along. He doesn't look particularly perturbed by the area he finds himself in. He's wearing probably his best midnight blue suit, his usual pork pie hat. And I need to make a quick roll to see if he managed to find anyone to come with him to this particularly nasty part of town. So that's a manipulation contacts roll, if Dice Stream ever opens. And here we go. No! Oh no.
So close, but you rang up a couple of your friends, your homies, your mates, and
No.
they're like, "No, man, I'm running." At the moment, they all seem to have an excuse why they can't help you out right now.
Right. This is brilliant.
This is amazing. So, as Limey is trying to make a couple of phone calls, gets closer to his destination, he sees a nice chain link fence with one of those sliding gates. There's a big, brawling man with a very aggressive guard dog on a chain, just barking at you.
He sort of takes a step back from the guard dog, but sort of keeps his composure. He keeps his cool. And he looks at the man. He says, "I'm here for a meeting."
And who the fuck are you?
The fuck am I? They call me Limey. I've worked for your boss a couple of times. I'm here to see the big man. You dig?
Alright, boy. Since you're going up to see the boss, I'll have to check you.
Oh man, no need to check me. And he looks around for street cameras and stuff, and he says, "All you're gonna find is this little puppy right here." And he sort of slips a small pistol out of his pocket, and it's a pocket pistol, so it's not very big, and he just holds it quite discreetly.
Alright, how about you make a manipulation subterfuge? Or charisma subterfuge, whatever is better really. To make him actually think this is your only piece.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Yeah. There's no way this guy can beat it. So he's like, he just takes the, or he opens the gate, takes the gun, puts it in the back, in his trousers. You'll get this back as soon as you're done with the boss, alright?
Works perfectly for me.
You gotta be on the top.
Pardon me.
He's on top,
On top.
in the
Got it.
throne room.
I can dig it, man. I can dig it. Sweet, thanks. And he strolls past the guy with his hand in his pocket, and has quite just a serene look on his face as he strolls into the darkness.
Strolling into this particular den of evil, of prosperity, of gang violence, he sees a couple of women of ill repute walking around in skimpy outfits, Some even with this little bit of coke still on their nose. You have like a camping table with the four men playing poker, laying down chips, having a girl, some have a girl on their lap, just having a good time smoking cigars. They all look like they're really trying to be gangster. Some look the part a bit more than others. There's a scrawny white kid in the corner who's like, "Yeah, boy." Oh, oh. Pretty much bobbing his head to the music that's way too loud. Typical gangster rap.
Limey will kind of nod his head in time with the music and pretend that he doesn't find gangster rap incredibly dull. As he kind of moves through, and I make a perception check to see how many guys are around at the moment.
Alright.
That's 2 successes.
Yeah. What you can see is in the room, this is pretty much the room where everyone's chilling. There are 3 guys playing poker, the other guy in the corner. They're packing some heat, but nothing really dangerous. Just a knife here and a 9mm there. It's nothing much to worry about. And you know which way to go. You have to go up the stairs. The railing is pretty much rotting, and the paint on the wall is coming down in little flakes. This particular building has seen its best days.
Nice.
Yeah. You come up the stairs, and there's a little small hallway with a door. The door is currently closed. Yeah, it's currently closed. No windows or anything.
Okay. He lights up a cigarette and sort of scratch said he kind of pats himself down and puts on a face. As he kind of knocks on the door, sort of brusquely.
A few seconds later, some guy opens the door. You here to see the boss?
That's right, I'm here to see the boss.
Alright, come in, boy. Closes the door behind you, and you can see Mad Dog. Mad Dog, this gang leader, sitting on a sort of throne, actually. A very fancy-looking chair, or fauteuil, or if you want to give it a French term. There's a bag of coke leaning on the armrest, where he ever so often just puts his finger in and just slips it right there and then. And he's flanked by 2 guys and the 3rd one. And these guys are packing a bit more heat.
Oh, I see, okay.
It's like an AK-47 kind of. Oh no, not AK-47. More like MP-16 submachine guns.
Limey kind of takes in the surroundings and sort of counts how many men there are.
4, including Mad Dog.
Okay, cool. So no funny business then.
No, because this is pretty much this room, and there's like big windows to each side. Also, what you will notice is as soon as you're in this room, the loud gangster rap from downstairs is hardly audible.
Soundproof. Cool.
And it just sits there. Yo, Limey. Come here, boy.
Good to see you, Mad Dog. Good to see you. And he kind of lifts his hat.
All them dealings at the house.
Sorry, pardon me, boss?
All them dealings at the house with the doctor man.
Ah, slow, boss, slow. I've went and spoke to the guy, but it appears he's back. I've negotiated it so that if he wants to operate his business, because frankly, I didn't fancy telling him not to as well. I mean, as much as you are the power in Harlem, and you are the power in Harlem, this man is he's a little bit rougher than I anticipated. I don't think he's a man we want to tango with. So I've negotiated it so that some of our men he can take away and rehabilitate, but the house carries on operating as it is.
Not what I wanted to hear, man. Not what I wanted to hear, Limey.
I know it's not what you wanted to hear, man. You know, I hope you do understand the precarious position I was in. The man was actually pretty rough. And his contacts, I don't think we want to go treading on his toes. But, boss, I have his address, I have his name.
So he be running with them king or something?
Gang is, I'm not sure about that. All I know is he's got protection, and I was convinced that it was pretty rough.
Alright. As he puts a little finger in the bag of cocaine. Alright. So that not be really working.
Though, I understand
Got
that,
some good news.
but you've got some good news.
No, you.
Oh,
Because if you don't bring me bad news, man, I might have to break your leg.
oh, well, that sounds rather unpleasant. I don't think I'd like to experience that anytime soon. Good news, boss, is that he's out of our hair. He's not operating there now. And, well, sure, he may have taken a few of our punters, but in Harlem, punters are a dime a dozen. If you want, I can get you more. Even if I don't do it, they're going to turn up themselves. The squat's well known. The gear's good. They know it is.
Alright. Them cool.
Can you dig it, my man? Can you dig it?
Yeah, Limey. I can be digging that.
Now, admittedly, I haven't come here to talk to you today only about the doctor. And I'm here on other business too.
Alright. Speak boy.
And I turn on Presence 1.
Alright.
Which I should lubricate the conversation and hopefully make him a little bit more receptive to what I'm saying.
I hope. Because if you botch, that's going to be horrible.
Yeah, I really don't want to watch. What is it again? It's charisma and...
Performance, I believe, but let me check real quick.
Okay.
Just to be sure. Is it that things? That should be quick rolls with guide. Because I believe it is presence. No, it's program. Oh, charisma performance difficulty 7 costs 1 blood point.
Plus 1 point. Plus 1 blood point. Okay.
Yeah, it costs 1 blood.
Okay, in that case, I'll turn on the power with a blood point. And I'd like to spend the willpower to get an automatic success.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, I think. That's 2 successes, including the automatic.
So that means. How many people is that with 2 successes? Well, that's one. Well, it's at least 2 people, but I might even, but I think it might actually be 3 or 4. Oh, now it's opening. That's loud noise. Because 2 people. Yeah. Sadly, it's only 2 people. So you have the 2 guards next to him that find you agreeable.
Shit.
Yeah, sadly, it's the one with the lowest.
Yeah, it's the lowest willpower in it.
Right. Wait. You know what? Let's give it a challenge roll. Yeah. It is then 2 people.
Okay, cool. Well, in that case, he sort of looks at the 2 guards who have suddenly sort of leaned in a little bit and kind of inwardly curses that he hasn't gotten Gang Lord's attention. And he sort of says, "May I take a seat?"
Fine, Limey boy. Grab a chair.
Yeah, pulls a chair out with his foot and undoes his suit jacket and sits down as he pulls a Cuban cigar from his pocket. And then he pulls a second one and says, "Cigar."
All right.
He hands it over to him and strikes a match and lights his own, and then leans across the table and offers it to Mad Dog to light his cigar.
He leans in close as well.
Waves the match out and throws it in an ashtray and leans back and makes himself comfortable to do some negotiation. So,
Alright.
I usually operate in a working capacity for various local street forces, and as you know, I've done some good work on your behalf. I like to think, bearing in mind what we're about to talk about next, that will stand me in some good stead.
Right, so you're like, looking for better pay?
No, I'm not here looking for better pay. I've actually, how to say, gone up market, as it were. Myself and a friend, we are endeavouring in business together, and due to outside circumstances, have been forced to relocate our business to Harlem. As you know, I was originally based in Queens. Unfortunately, that can't be the case anymore. And Harlem really is my kind of town, you dig? I mean, who doesn't want to live here? Harlem's where it's happening, you know what I'm saying? However, to operate with efficiency, the street forces and my sphere of influence to work effectively, I need, how you say, turf. I need somewhere to call home.
You're dumb Limey boy. You want them turf. Even though he's laughing and the other guy who's near the exit is laughing, the other 2 are actually kind of like, yeah, that sounds like it. Why wouldn't he? As Maddox looks at them, What you doing, you bastard? It's them both. You don't know anything. That's why you're not the boss, yeah?
Limey kind of nods at the team and he turns to Mad Dog and he says, "Listen, when I say I want some turf, that's not to say I want your turf, of course. That's something I wouldn't ask for. You're the big dog in this town, know what I'm saying?
Right.
That doesn't mean there's not room for me and my friends to move in somewhere. Now, I've got a place lined up, it's nowhere you in. But you're the power on these streets. And well, I was wondering if you could help me out. I mean, we've had a good business relationship up until now. I figured that maybe you might be able to help me in getting started."
Alright. Alright. That is the other gang, yeah? Calling themselves Crystal Bangers or something.
Crystal Bangers.
Yeah. You shift like a couple of them. Let them know who is running. That's me, not them. Apparently, the boss or something is gone away. So, if you want turf, make room.
Make room. You see, with the way my business is working, I need to be able to set up as quickly as possible. Now, running around establishing who's boss, that could take some time.
Ah,
Powerful. Oh, and I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm not saying it's a bad idea at all. What I am saying is, maybe with a nudge from your boys, they could make some room. You know what I'm saying?
I could give them a nudge, but I want you to give them a nudge.
No. Thing is, you haven't heard my whole spiel yet. I have not.
What? You said no. Don't matter.
Well,
You said no.
oh no, I'm not saying no to you. I'm not saying no to you. Not at all. What I am saying is that having me in Harlem could only provide a boon to your work. As you've seen, I can operate with some prowess in the streets, and if
Right.
you would help me along in this endeavour, then that would mean certain advantages for you and your men. I mean, you can move through the same turf, trade between each other, and
Right.
I'll do jobs for you. Only this time, I'll have men to back me up.
I I I I'll be willing to, back you up if you do this for me.
So, you're saying you want me to move these men on for you, and you'll help me out with what I need, yeah?
Yeah, we be like partners.
Partners. That
Yeah.
sounds good to me. So, the way to stand, you help me get into Harlem when I help you move these men along.
No. I don't want them moved. I want them dead.
And
I
how many?
want them bodies in my room.
How many do you want dead?
Oh
Enough
well.
for them to get a message?
Yeah. Should be more than 5.
Partners. Now, you see, Mr. Doc, as you know, I respect you and your organisation greatly. But if I'm going to be running my own business, then I can't be seen to be bowing to anyone.
All right. Go to another neighborhood then.
No. No, Mr. Bronson, I want to work in Harlem. And I'm not going to work for you. We can work together, we can have an alliance. share the profits, keep each other informed. That works for me. And really, that's what will be getting you the best deal. Let me do my thing. I mean, genuinely, I've been around this game for a while. I know what I'm doing. This can only benefit you in the long run.
I'm really hungry. He takes a big drag of his cigar. You overstepped your bounds, boy.
Alright, look.
Boys, apparently we have to take out the trash.
Oh no, Mr. Dog, I'd really suggest not doing that. And I hit him with a little bit of dread gaze.
Alright. You know that. So that's your charisma plus intimidation equals his wits plus courage. Let's see. So I'll make that a 5.
Shit.
So that's 2 successes, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's okay.
As he darts back, as you start to, well, sort of, how do you drag him?
Huh?
Give me a description on how you drag him.
Well, he's looking down with his hand on the table. And just as he goes to give the order to say, boys, take out the trash, Limey, as he says, now I'd advise against that, Mr. Bronson. He kind of just looks up, but his eyes have changed. He's like, they're sort of dark, and he's got a very severe look in his eyes. He kind of tenses his jaw and kind of stares him down. So it's not like a full-on, it's not he's not like throwing a hiss in or anything like that, but he just looks up and says, I'd advise against that, Mr. Bronson. And sort of, it's I suppose it would give less of an animalistic aggression and more of a, no really, don't do that or things will get nasty.
Apparently I'm not the mad dog. Sort of trying to get further away from you.
I stand up and I shift the table out of the way and take a couple of steps forwards, and I look at a couple of the other men, like the 2 men who are agreeable to the presence, and I say, gentlemen, I only have some business with your boss. I have no intention of harm towards him, but I'd really suggest you leave the room. We have to have a very serious talk.
Make a charisma intimidation. If you would like.
I'd like to spend a willpower for an automatic success.
Yeah.
Oh, 1, 2, 3,
You
4,
can beat that one.
5.
As you're just looking around the room like, gentlemen, if you please go leave and I can have some business to discuss. The 2 men, they're leaving fairly quickly. The one at the door sort of stares at his boss for a second, and then is also at the door. Like, yeah, nope. This guy is apparently the creepiest motherfucker. Mad Dog's just trying to. He's fumbling behind his chair at this point.
He's behind the chair. He's not sat on the chair.
No, he's like with his arm behind the chair.
Yeah, okay.
So he's trying to grab something. Go where? Fuck on, man!
He sort of says, please, Mr. Bronson, I'd heavily recommend not reaching for a firearm or a cleaver or whatever else you might be going for. Genuine, I'm only here to discuss the terms of our negotiation, and I intend to walk away with the best deal I can.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And he just grabs. Start.
Celerity. I'm just using a dot of celerity so I can get him.
All right, so he grabs and is about to pull it forward because it sort of slowed down.
Yeah, I step casually towards him. I mean, well, I suppose in a celerity thing it would look casual. The way
In
it's going.
celerity, it looks casual, but in real life, it's like.
Yeah. And I'm going to reach into my pocket, pull out my switchblade, and I'm going to stab him in the hand.
All right, make your dex melee. I believe it's difficulty 5, but because you're aiming for the hand, that bumps it up to +1, +2. Let's see, a hand, that's +2. So difficulty will be 7
Okay.
to stab him in the hand.
1,
Ouch!
2, 3, 4.
Yep. And damage is +1 because you did an aimed attack on his hand.
Okay. And how many dice am I rolling there? It's strength and the damage of the weapon, right?
Strength, you have 4 successes, right? So that's
5 successes, I think. Or it might be 4. No, it's 4. Yeah.
4. So that's strength +3 +1 from the dagger +1 from aiming at the hand. So that's strength +5. And potions if you have any.
Oh, no potence. No, I'm the Barisha without potence.
No.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, come on. And you pull out your switchblade, stab it in his hand, and you pretty much rip open his hand. And it's like,
It's, just clatters to the floor, sort of staring down, and just fold the switchblade away. And, in fact, actually, while it's open, I'm going to wipe it off on his trouser leg. Then I'm going to close the switchblade, put it in my pocket, and pick up the pistol he pulled on me. What kind of gun is it?
SMG.
It's an SMG. Sweet.
No.
Like a MP5 kind of thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I hold it and kind of look at it. It's a very nice gun. I think I'll be taking this. And he puts it down. And he says, "Look at me." Mad dog, look into my eyes.
What the fuck, man?
Take off those stupid glasses.
Come again?
Take off the glasses.
Well, bloody hell. What?
There we go. He sort of holds his gaze and then takes a seat across from him again. Now, listen to my next words very carefully. Nobody bullies Mitchell Rigby. For a long time now, I've been taking shit off of little boys like you. A long time. And I've been waiting far longer to send one of them to school. So, don't fuck with me. Don't cross me. Because what you just saw ain't even half the picture of what I can do to you. Oh, the things I could do to you, Mr. Dog. You can keep your territory. We can keep our partnership. I'll even do jobs for you in that.
Okay.
I'm not trying to bully you. I just want an honest, equal partnership. So, when I tell you that you're going to go to this gang that you've told me about, and you're going to light up the city on them, you're going to kill enough men and do it quietly enough that they are going to want no part of Harlem by the time you're finished. And then you're going to come and meet me in my club, and you're going to tell me what's happened. I'm going to smile and tell you what a good job you did. And then, I'm going to take my rightful place in Harlem, with my gang, run by my rules, not being pushed around by wannabe plastic gangsters like you. Do we understand each other?
And at that point, Mad Dog collapses on the floor by all the blood loss and too much pain for him to really deal with. He just passes out.
I look down at him, smile, and then I write a message detailing what I've said to him, and I stuff it into his jacket pocket and I sign it Limey. And I put the SMG in a bag, pick up like a couple of clips of ammo, and then I walk out of the door and I look at his men. Gentlemen, your boss has met with an unfortunate accident.
What?
Regrettable as it is, your boss just tried to pull a piece on me. But after he did that, we talked while he nursed his hand. And it would appear that he has agreed to the terms of my business. So, I'd suggest you call an ambulance and get your boss to the hospital, because he's not looking in a very good way. Thank you, gentlemen.
These men look at you dumbfounded. As they sort of watch you leave. And it isn't until probably a lot later, when you're far away from this scene, that they kind of become a bit more aggressive and like, oh, what the fuck did they do to our boss? Etc., etc. And they don't send him to the hospital, of course, but they do try to patch him up a little bit. Although it's probably going to be a very sorry job. Well, not too bad a job.
Do they live? Does he live, sorry?
Yeah, probably.
And as Limey walks out into the street, straightens his hat and buttons his jacket, and relights his cigar, he smiles, and then strolls off down the road. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where we end our scene for the evening. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.